Ooh, Virgil, come on, baby. Let's get down to the ring with him. We did the outside of here, and I'm gonna be on outside with my red leather jacket, looking fine, like only I can look. Scotty Hall, gonna waylay Kevin Nash, and we're gonna spray paint his ass. Be fucked up like a monkey.
What did you think of the decision to put Hall and Nash against each other? Would you handle it this way?
I really don't know how the hell they were handling it here, other than breaking them up. And at some point, you've got to do that. It seems like they've got a lot of turns here and a lot of people doing it at the same time, which sometimes it just bees that way. But it's better off to space them out if you can, I would imagine. Kev just looks devastated, though. His best friend, his partner, his outsider. They were outside in together.
Is Scott Hall one of the best wrestlers to never hold the world title?
Yeah, but just because you hold the world title doesn't mean you're a great wrestler.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying you look at a guy like Kevin Nash, and most people, I think, saw them on sort of equal footing. It's the duo here, Hall and Nash. But Nash had title runs in the WWF and WCW. Scott Hall did not. How much of that had to do with height? How much of it had to do with talent? And how much of it had to do with reliability?
Well, I think that you look at a guy like Scott Hall, you needed him to get the champions over, and you needed him to make everybody else look good. And your champion isn't necessarily always the best worker and the best talent, but he may be the one that is drawing the most and can create the most interest and has the best connection with the audience. So you need those guys like Hall that are arguably sometimes more valuable. Ooh, there's a Jim Crockett little epitaph there. What's that thing called?
A tombstone?
The grave. Tombstone.
By the way,
I thought that was a pizza.
Jim Crockett is not dead, and he will in fact be at StarCast in Baltimore.
Oh, I just saw his tombstone there, Havoc of Halloween.
As terrible as this is right now, the fans are way into it, by the way. Meltzer would say, very slow paced match with a lot of brawling, went way too long, particularly for a show that was already going so long. Both guys initially got out of their foe's big finish, explained because they know each other so well. And he would call this match finish weird and gives it 1 star. As a reminder, they broke up back in May, so here we are in October. It's the big payoff.
Now, is this the first time they're grappling with each other or the last time?
Well, this is really the first time they've had a big pay-per-view like this.
And Scott Hall hasn't even taken off his vest yet.
By the way, lots of people are being very, very critical of sort of mocking Scott Hall's drinking, as you saw in the video package on our way here. He's had a real life struggle with addiction, and it's got him in some trouble, and he's been to rehab, and it's cost him his family. And, yeah, it's a tough situation. He's been arrested a few times. In hindsight, Eric Bischoff says he had very few regrets about WCW, but this was certainly one of them. Sort of turning his addiction into a storyline.
Yes, but it has a happy ending, and Scott has turned his life around and doing a lot better today.
Could not be a nicer, cooler guy. One of the easiest guys to work with, has a great attitude, knows a ton about wrestling. If I'm honest with you, I'm a little surprised he hasn't wound up with you guys down at the Performance Center full time. It feels like he'd be a natural fit for character development or promos or whatever.
Or just teaching people how to throw a right hand.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. It just feels like, and I'm not asking you to comment, but I think everybody knows that he's one of Triple H's better friends, and it feels like he'd be there unless maybe he didn't want to be. There's something to be said about that. He's probably enjoying life the way it is right now.
Aren't we all?
Well,
But you know what? I mean, no, you sit here and you take a look at, and you look at Scott Hall standing in the ring, and the son of a bitch just looks like a fucking star.
He looks like a pro wrestler. If you drew it out on a sketch pad, what a pro wrestler would look like, you would wind up with somebody who looked like Scott Hall.
Yeah, and Scott could go, man. And you go back and look at this shit, and it's like, holy fuck. Just instrumental in all the NWO and everything that they did. But it's, holy shit.
In the end, you know, he was Razor Ramon at a time when business was down. He was Scott Hall when a time was business was hot. Will he always be Razor to you?
Yes. Either that or Starship Enterprise or whatever the hell he was.
Oh my God. Did you just...
What was that? Starship Enterprise?
That's a fucking different thing, but that's Star Trek.
Oh. What was he? He was American Starship.
He was Starship Coyote.
Well, that's stupid.
Would you like Texas Scott, Big Scott Hall, Gator Scott Hall, the Diamond Stud?
I did like Diamond Stud.
Well, of course, you hired him and called him Razor Ramon.
No, I wasn't there when he started.
Oh, yeah. You were on hiatus.
I was on hiatus.
We're getting to the finish here. Kevin Nash just gave a jackknife powerbomb to his best friend, Scott Hall. He's holding up the number 1. He's going to pick him up a second time here.
Good God, the humanity.
I mean, taking all the time in the world. He knows what's coming. Everybody at home does too. Gets him up. Boom. A second jackknife. And here comes the weird finish that Meltzer was talking about.
I hope it's a small package. Please, God, let it be a small package.
A crotch chop. And he leaves.
Well, so it's a count out.
Scott Hall wins the match by count out, and this is the end of the feud.
Holy shit.
What do you think?
I'm sorry, I can't see because I'm smelling the farts. Not buying that one, Conrad. I don't know. I guess I guess you could tell the story that he beat his buddy, but his buddy got the win, and I don't care. I guess
it's a weird story to tell. 2 years prior, these guys were winning the tag titles for the first time in WCW from Harlem Heat, and now here, unbelievably, they finally have a singles match, and Kevin Nash just walks away when he has the match won. A little different, to say the least.